All right, it's time. War of the Roses brought to you by CPR Cell Phone Repair. Drop your phone, liquid damage, go online, cprfix.com. War of the Roses on KDWB.
The only place to hear cheers get busted. This is the Dave Ryan Show's War of the Roses, 101.3 KDWB.
This War of the Roses starts with the typical, well, he's just a friend. Mm-hmm. And when you listen to the story, he could be a friend or it could be something completely different. And I'll let you decide, and we'll find out whether you're right when we do War of the Roses. Quentin is on the phone. Hi, Quentin.
How you doing?
Good. Hey, thanks for being on War of the Roses. So tell us what raised your suspicions about this guy that she says is just a friend. What's going on?
Right. So I went to a Twins game with my fiance, and at one point we split up, and she went to get food, and she was waiting online and met some guy, and she comes back afterwards, and she's like, I met the most interesting guy when I was waiting online. She's going on about how, he pitched her this kind of new domain kind of game, this new domain business that he was starting. He's like, it's going to be the next Facebook. It's kind of like Dropbox, and you can share, you're sharing pictures and this and that. It was kind of confusing, to be honest with you.
That sounds like Facebook.
Yeah, it does. That actually sounds just like Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it's going to be the next one.
It's going to be the next Facebook, and there will be a next Facebook. This guy thinks that he's discovered and is developing the next Facebook.
Right, and she's going. It was kind of convoluted as she's explaining it, and she was all excited about it, and So anyway, she's going on about it, and then she's like, we're going to meet another time and have coffee and talk more about it. She wants to. She's really interested in investing in this, and they met another time and they had coffee, and I was like, well, how did that go? And she's even more excited about it than the last time. I'm like, oh my God! All right, so can I meet this guy? I don't want to. I don't want her investing in this thing, and we're going to be married soon. I don't want to be involved in this if I'm not kind of like, I want to meet this person.
Sure. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, because if she spent a lot of time, and you said in your email that she's going to seminars and going to coffee and texting this guy all the time. And you're like, well, wait a second. So you're just like me. I'd be like, what the hell are you? Yeah. What are you doing with this guy? What's going on? Right. So you said, I'm going to the seminar, and she said no.
Right. She does, and that's what kind of raised my red flag because, is there something more going on here, or is it really just about domain names stuff? Or is it just? Hey,
so wait a second. Let me go back to this. Let's see if I get this right. So he sells a domain name, and then under this domain name, which could be like facebook.com/Dave Ryan KDWB, I could put pictures and maybe share videos. Wow, that is very innovative.
Sign up.
That is very innovative. But you're a skeptic like me, so she's worried that if she took you to a seminar, you would embarrass her and piss him off.
Right, because she's like, oh, you're just, you're always the skeptical one, and you're gonna ruin this whole thing.
And you would ruin it because you would see right through the guy's BS, and you would say, you know what? What's her name again? Exactly. Is it Katie?
Yeah.
You would be like, all right, Katie, we're so out of here. Yeah. This guy's wasting your time.
You're like the guy who goes to a psychic who doesn't believe in a psychic, and he asks you a question, you're like, you tell me.
Yeah.
You're the psychic.
You're the psychic. All right, so, but whether he's a scammer or not, you're worried that she's more interested in him because of the way she talks about how brilliant he is, et cetera, and you're worried that there's something going on.
Yeah, totally. She gets this big smile on her face, and I don't know, it's just something kind of, there's a red flag here, and I just kind of want to meet him. I want to see the two of them interacting. I just want to see what's going on here, and she won't let me attend, so I don't know. I don't know what to think.
You know what? No, I totally get it, because either she's being scammed and he's kind of brainwashing her, or she's hooking up with him. There is a slight chance that he could be legit, but it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Right.
Either one of the first two options are terrible, so.
Okay. Well, you deserve to know. Either she's, being conned into something and you're going to marry her, or she's seen him.
Right.
And you don't, okay. Quentin, hang on. We'll make the phone call to Katie in a second. And what are you going to offer up? A dinner somewhere, a B&B, some sort of a trip? What are you going to offer
I don't know.
up?
What do you think I should do? Because it's different for every situation. You know what I mean? Because I don't think a dinner is good for them because they already do quote unquote dinners and coffee. So she'll claim that that's normal for them.
But a weekend out of town.
So it has to be something, more.
Weekend on the North Shore.
Ooh.
A weekend on the North Shore to enjoy the fall colors, Fallon.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely.
Fall color tour of the North Shore. Everything's included. If she chooses him to spend the weekend with, that's not a good thing.
She's going to claim we're going over seminar notes.
Fallon.
What?
Ask, when they get the hotel, ask whether they want a king or 2 queens.
Okay.
If they say two queens, then she'll always have a chance to say, well, yeah, I was going to take him, but it's not like we're going to sleep together.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, but her excuse will be like, we're like, we conserve energy. We didn't want to do 2 sets of sheets. God forbid. Right. We care about the environment.
Right, Quentin, you hold on. Stay there. We'll come back. We'll make the phone call in a minute. In the meantime, what do you think? Have you heard the whole story? Quentin's fiance met a guy at the Twins game. He's trying to sell her some innovative website, domain name. Sounds like Facebook to me, but he says it's the next Facebook. She's spending a lot of time with this guy, goes to seminars. She won't let Quentin go because Quentin is skeptical and he's going to be embarrassing and he's going to be a jerk and piss the guy off, blah, blah, blah. So what do you think? Should Quentin be worried? Is she being scammed? And would you invest in the next Facebook? All right, call me at 651-989-KDWB or text me at KDWB1. That's 53921. It's War of the Roses, and we'll make that phone call coming up in a minute. Before we make the phone call on War of the Roses, I want to let you know, first of all, we have Ed Sheeran tickets coming up in a couple of minutes, too.
Wow.
So as soon as War of the Roses is done, I don't know why we're working so hard on this radio show lately. We should just, mail it in and not work so hard on making it entertaining all the time.
Yeah.
Just mail it in, play a lot of, audio
Halsey.
clip. Play a lot of Halsey. Okay.
Do that already. Someone texted us and says, I don't think she's cheating.
What?
But if they happen to break up over this and she becomes a millionaire for investing, that will be funny.
If you didn't hear the setup on this War of the Roses, basically he called in. He said, my fiance and I were at a Twins game this past summer. She goes to get food. I'm picturing pretzels, but I could be wrong about that. She comes back. She's like, I met the most interesting guy at the food stand. He is an entrepreneur. He's coming up with something called, basically, it's a web domain. You buy the domain and it stores everything, your videos, your addresses, all your personal information. It's kind of like a cloud, but it's also like Facebook. And he's like, this is going to be the next Facebook. I want to get you onto the ground floor.
Yeah.
So now she's spending a lot of time with this guy, going to coffee, that type of thing. And the fiance's like, is there something more going on? Number one. Number two, sounds like you're getting scammed because this guy sounds like he's full of it. She's like, no, it's real. So Dasha or Dasha? Hello? Daisha. Okay, none of the above.
Yeah.
Daisha, what do you think is going on here?
I think something is going on because there's no way I would have my wife in his situation be able to go to these seminars and not be able to bring me. Like, obviously there's something going on, and I've been through this before where I wasn't allowed to go through places.
What? Tell me more about that. What happened, Daisha? You weren't allowed to go somewhere.
It's just pretty much like simply not allowing me to see the certain person I was worried about.
Okay, and there was something going on.
And there definitely was.
Yeah.
Multiple women, actually.
Whoa.
So,
How did you find out that there was definitely something going on when he's like, no, she's just a friend. She's a business partner.
yeah, it's just, just a friend. I've known her for a long time. And then obviously there was something going on, and I found out through his phone. It's kind of just an intuition thing that I have, and it's always right every time.
Always right. So you think there is something going on?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daisha. I appreciate that.
Someone says cheater, pumpkin eater. Quentin sounds like she's being a boss lady and found a great idea. She wanted to be involved in something cool. If you don't trust her, you shouldn't be marrying her. So I get kind of a little bit of half and half. Some people are saying she's totally cheating. Other people say she might be cheating and this totally sounds like a scam. While other people are saying, God forbid, she actually tries to do something different with her life.
She might be onto something. What if this guy has got something that's really like a powerful creation? All right.
Maybe.
Let's make the phone call and find out who she chooses on KDWB.
Okay, that was the entire survey. As promised, we're going to get you a stay. It's a weekend stay, actually, with one of our partners in the North Shore, the lovely bed and breakfast.
Wow, that was easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're a great partner with us.
Yeah.
So what we do is we book the room, and they usually leave like a little note and like a bottle of champagne in the room for you and your guests. So they like to know the name of the guest as well. So can you tell us who you'll be taking the trip with?
Yeah, I guess write down Mark. Write down Mark.
Okay. And this room, you get to select if you want 2 queen beds or if you'd like a king size bed.
Just right for 1 king bed.
Perfect.
Wow, that just, I got a sinking feeling because that really is kind of hard to talk your way out of with the king bed.
Yeah.
Hey,
What?
Katie. Hey, it's kind of a little deceitful what we just did, but we wanted
Okay,
to.
who are you? What is this? What's going on? This is.
It is weird, I know. My name's Dave. I'm Dave Ryan, and I work at KDWB. It's a radio station. Maybe you've heard of us.
Okay.
And we got a call from your fiance, Quentin. And Quentin
Oh, my God.
told us about how you met this guy, Mark, in line at the Twins game last summer and how you've been kind of like hanging out and, you know, he's got this business that he's starting.
Yeah, he's my business partner. But yeah, okay. Cool.
Business partner. So Quentin called us and he said, I worry that something's going on because she's way into this and she won't let me meet the guy. So Quentin said, let's call her and see if we can figure out if she had a choice of who she would go to, like the North Shore with for a weekend, who would she go with? Mm-hmm. And you chose
the other guy
that you would go with Mark.
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. We're super busy.
Okay, but you chose
So
a
I
king
don't know
size
what
bed.
This is like not.
The problem is
I
you
didn't
chose a
agree to
king size bed, and like you have the option to do 2 beds. So usually business partners, if they're just partners in business, don't share a bed.
Just said a bed, okay? What is this? I don't need to be on the phone with you guys. This is ridiculous.
It actually, you don't have to explain anything to me. You're right. You don't owe me any explanation. But the problem is, you will have to explain this all to Quentin, who is listening right now and is really wondering what's going on.
Are you?
Katie, how could you?
Oh my God! This is the stupidest thing ever.
It's not stupid. It's not stupid at all.
It is stupid. You're a child. You called a radio station and set me up. Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, so I'm the bad guy here. And you're sleeping with Mark?
No, I'm not. He's just my business partner. I've told you that, like, a million times.
You need the king bed so you can spread all the papers out on the big bed. That's why, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even plausible.
No.
I mean, there's a desk in the room.
Yeah, I mean, use the desk.
Not always. Okay, it's a bed and breakfast. I don't know if there's a desk.
Okay, this is
Okay.
This is like ridiculous.
Okay,
that
but
you're
How
doing
did you do this? And did you give him money?
Well, this is a business venture that I'm investing in. Okay, and I've told you that.
Cheating? The business of cheating? Is that what it is?
No, this is the business I've been working on.
Can I ask you a question? I don't want to interrupt this, but we were worried, honestly, before we called you. We were worried that he was scamming you with this business that's like Dropbox Facebook, and that he asked for money, and you gave him money.
Well, it's an investment. He's a business partner. I didn't give him money. And it's a real thing that I believe in, okay? I believe in us, you and I, Quentin, and I believe in business, and I'm investing in us and our future. Okay, that's what this is.
How much money did you give him anyway?
What, I'm sorry, why do I need to tell? Who are you? Who are you again? What is this? Why are we on the phone with these people, Quentin?
It does, but Quentin, aren't you curious to know how much money she gave this guy, Mark?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know how much you invested in the two of you.
I invested $2,400, okay? Big deal.
Okay.
$2,400.
Right.
We're going to be getting a lot back from this, okay?
Yeah, right.
Because you believe in something, and you're annoyed because Quentin doesn't believe in anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Quentin, after getting one bed together, are you buying the story that they're just business partners?
Not at all. It's just a load of crap, obviously, and they're sleeping together.
Well, we can talk about this later when we're together at home, not on the phone with total strangers and hundreds of people. I don't know, thousands? How many people listen?
Dozens. I'd say dozens.
7 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you can stop lying and just tell me how you guys are sleeping together when we're not on the radio. Is that what it is?
Oh, my God, you're so jealous. And I knew that was the reason. That's why I never wanted you to meet him or get involved, because you'd embarrass me. And this is why. This is exactly. You don't trust me, and this is what happened.
Right.